What is up, everybody? My name is Sin Blackblade, and welcome to a brand new vlog series in which we will be combining two different weapon types. It's the claw and dagger. So I'm going to be calling this the dagger claw or claw dagger build. Whatever. But basically the build will revolve around getting as much critical hit chance and as much critical strike multiplier. So I've started on the shadow build, and as you can see, I have gotten the assassination skill note, and of course getting as much critical hit chance as possible as early in the game, and of course going down here, getting some more critical strike chance, and of course some critical strike multiplier. Now I've been hurrying up to get some of the most basic nodes. Preferably, I'll be getting the unwavering stance first, and then of course completing the getting all the nodes from the duelist skill tree over here, and of course getting some more maximum life and some life regeneration. And then of course after that I will be getting some more lives, getting of course the thick skin, some more increased maximum life over here, and probably some more increased maximum life over here, and of course over here. And then once we have gotten as much increased life as possible, that's the time that we will be getting as much critical hit chance as possible. Of course getting the bloodthirst over here, and of course getting some more critical hit chance over here, and then of course going to the witch skill tree, of course getting the throat seeker over here, because 30% increased critical strike multiplier is really high. And of course before we get that, we will be passing through the some more critical strike multiplier over here, and over here. Now yeah, so that's how the build will be going so far. And right now I'm still on the cruel difficulty. I haven't really progressed much into the game. And of course with regards to my gear, I'm using two unique weapons, which is the time worm claw, and of course the might flail. Yeah, might flay. And of course nothing really special with my gear, except of course we are getting as much critical hit strike chance as possible. And of course what needs to be there is of course a good roll, something like this. As you can see there, we have an increased critical global critical strike chance of 14%, and we have a plus 78 to maximum life, and of course having two resistances, although the lightning resistance is only at 7%. We can circumvent that into other items. But basically, this is what you want for a amulet. Now, for a ring, basically, you'd really want some life here. Now I don't really mind the mana or the intelligence over there. What could have been a good roll here is of course, aside from the 4 to 10 physical damage, a life, a maximum life addition, and probably another resistance. Now with my other ring, nothing special there. That would really look familiar to you because that came from my other melee build. Now the armor is nothing special. This is just a leveling armor. I will be replacing this with I will be replacing this armor when I get into a higher level. And of course this is my gloves. The gloves of course is not really good. Of course what we have there is the increased physical damage of 5 to 10, and of course an increased attack speed of 7. But typically what you would want is, aside from getting the physical damage, you need some life, and of course at least 2 or 3 resistances. Now with my belt, nothing really special here, except with the I have a fire and a high fire and cold resistance. The only drawback to here is of course we don't have an additional life, which I'm going to change that as I get into the higher levels. And of course the boots will be familiar to you guys, because I've been using these boots for quite some time now. It is a really good boots. As you can see there, aside from getting the high level of maximum life, we are getting plus fire resistance, lightning resistance, and a 25% increased movement speed. Now as you can see, I have two quicksilver flasks. The reason that I have two is because I really want to run into the cruel difficulty as fast as possible, and I want to reach the merciless difficulty as quickly as possible. So that's about it with my gear, and of course with my other stats. Of course we will be using the dual strike. Right now our dual strike is at 1439 DPS, and our critical hit chance is at only at 24%, and our critical strike damage multiplier is at 225%. Of course, when we get into the higher levels, those numbers will increase as we get, of course, bloodthirst and throat seeker. Now there is, of course, another critical strike multiplier set of nodes over here, which is, of course, the heart seeker, which I don't exactly know if I'm going to get. It's a little bit far off, but we'll see, as we get as we gain more levels. Now, I know you guys would love to see some gameplay. My God, I am stuttering a lot. I do apologize. All right. So as you can see, I only have one aura right now because this is haste. The reason that I only have one aura is, I'm having a little bit of trouble with my mana management. Alright, so of course, the mobs here will be very easy to kill, since of course this is only the cruel difficulty, and we haven't really progressed so much into the game. Now the build will be, similar to the dual claw strike, with the only difference is, we are going with a dagger claw build. And the reason why we would choose dagger is because of the plus bonus to critical hit chance that it gives. Hold on. I think the might flail. Yeah, the might flail gives an additional 40% global critical strike chance, so which is really, really good. Now, as we progress into the level, of course, we will be changing that into a better dagger. The higher the critical hit chance, the better. Of course, we do not want, a dagger which has a lot of, some spell damage and all that. We don't really want that. What we really want is some physical damage and some high critical strike chance. Alright, so I forgot to tell you guys where what's in my dual strike. Currently my dual strike is with faster attacks, melee splash, and multi-strike. Now once I get my 5-link gem, all of that will change, of course. What we need there is some increased gem which increases our critical hit chance by 40%, I think, and of course the critical strike multiplier. So those two gems, I believe that they are color blue. Alright, so that's about it for me, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, I'm gonna see you guys on the next part of my video. So have a good one. I really hate this guys. Okay. Alright, let's go. It's still good, I'm still killing him fairly at a fairly good rate. As you can see, the knife leech is flying